How old was Captain America when he died? If you're wondering about the fate of Captain America, particularly how old he was when he might have passed away, you're in the right place. Let's break down the timeline and the facts surrounding Steve Rogers' life. First, let's establish Steve Rogers' birth date. He was born on July 4th, 1918. The events of Avengers Endgame take place primarily in late 2023, following a significant time jump. By this point, Steve Rogers would be 105 years old if we only consider his birth year and the current year. However, Steve's story is more complex due to time travel. After completing his mission with the Infinity Stones, Steve traveled back to the 1940s to live a life with Peggy Carter. This means he essentially lived through the decades again, adding to his overall age. According to the Russo brothers, the directors of Avengers Endgame, Steve Rogers traveled back to the 1940s and lived a full life. When he reappeared at the end of the movie, he was an old man. If we calculate his age, considering he lived from the 1940s until Peggy Carter's death in 2016, and then returned to 2023, Steve would be approximately 180 years old at the end of Avengers Endgame. Now, the question of whether Steve Rogers is dead or alive is still a bit of a mystery. While the world might think he is dead, as hinted in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and other MCU events, there is no definitive confirmation. If he is alive, he could be living in hiding, allowing a new generation of heroes to take over. If we assume Steve Rogers did pass away, given his age and the hints from the MCU, he would have been around 180 years old when he died. However, it's important to note that his exact status remains unclear, leaving room for speculation and future storylines. In summary, while we don't know for certain if Steve Rogers has passed away, if he did, he would have been approximately 180 years old at the time of his death, considering his unique timeline and life experiences.